Morning, Kubota crew. Welcome back to the live stream. Hopefully, y'all are having a good day today. Had some crazy news events this morning with the price kind of bouncing all over. Crazy little candle here on, I guess, really on most time frames, but um, yeah, just crazy candle at about 7:30. Yeah. Good morning to y'all. Welcome to this stream. Thanks for watching it. We got some crazy price action today. All those news events this morning about 7:30. Um, Only give about 30 minutes for those things to kind of play their part, and we're just now hitting that. So should be able to set up our battle box, kind of see what's happening for today, see what's going on. But head on over to the charts. Kind of check out yesterday. These are the levels that I had up there for yesterday. Those are like extended level, and then more. Uh, this is like a super extended, I guess. This is more extended, and this is kind of like the target in general. Um, Yesterday we were looking at it on the call, and we were talking about taking it here. Um, the chart was not looking the best here, so if you did end up getting in, nice job. You could have made like a 1-to-1. The veteran tree would have been around here when it set up again. Then you could took essentially the same trade. If you were, I guess, really on top of it, you could have taken two, or really brave, I guess. Could have taken two, same trade. So you could have made, depending on how much you trade in, about two 1-to-1s almost. So not bad. Yeah, we had a nice little movement yesterday. Moved nice to the battle box. Kind of went against though the rest of the market, at least on this one. This one set up a little better. But yeah, if you got into those, nice job. But go ahead and make those that battle plan for today, or the battle box daily market review. We'll do that for today. Um, I already got my lows on here from yesterday right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of those. And yeah, we'll just get into it. Head on over to our battle box AI, and we're gonna just start the daily market review. Yeah, so if you've been here before, you know we need those four different screenshots. So the 4 hour, uh, which is looking pretty decent. We're holding that 200 right now, but regardless, we'll see what the AI says. So we got autoed all of our charts on. Sorry, now you can see it. Got that 200 holding. I'll go ahead and auto all of my indicators and my chart. On the 4 hour, just get that screenshot. And then I'm just going to go down the list like 4 hour, go to 1 hour, get that screenshot. 15-minute, get that screenshot. 5. This candle right here, that was when that news was. So that news event, 7:30 this morning. I don't know how it went or what happened really, but it looks like it was definitely more of a dovish news event, so not something super exciting. Broke down here bearishly. I kind of just had like a crazy candle. Broke up maybe a little bit and then broke down like way down to like 13,500 and came back up. Crazy. So we got those 4 screenshots on here. They're all loaded in. I'm going to grab my last screenshot, which is the news. So I just get the news from this morning. I already have it pulled up. If you go to cryptograph.com, click on the right day, and you get something like this. So you can see that core CPI was this morning. And the forecast, I guess this is what people were upset about, was it was forecasted 4.3 and we got a 0.4%. So a whole 0.1% more, which I don't know. I don't know too much about that, but I guess if it's not a good thing for at least for the people that are affecting the charts. People didn't like that, so they decided to sell some Bitcoin. Next, we got the FRVP levels. So we'll go ahead, go back to trade view. Start on the 1 hour. As you know, it's 4 down from the cross. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go to fixed range volume profile. And we're going to do 10 o'clock, the 7th. 10, wow. We're going to do the 10th at 7 o'clock. And then to today at 7. Got a crazy Darth Maul on the 1 hour, which is actually not the best. Yeah, that's not good. We'll see, but that's not looking great. Alright, we'll put that live stream down, grab our time, our 24-hour ones. Then I'm just going to drag and drop. Drag and drop. Put that one in the wrong. The red's going to be your volume area high, yellow will be your POC, and then blue is going to be the volume area low. And then after you get those, you can grab the back end here and drag it from 7 o'clock yesterday to 3 o'clock this morning. Just like that. And that'll be the morning levels. So I'm going to go ahead and send that backwards. And then I'm going to close out the 24-hour, pull up my morning levels. And I'm just going to move them right on top. Same thing. Red's your volume area high, yellow's POC, and blue is your volume area low. That one. Make sure they're all lined up. Alright, so we got our 3 different things on there. Or 6 different things, I guess. So I'm going to pull up those 24-hour ones because those are the first ones we're going to put into our GPT. Go back to our GPT, and then I'll type FRVP levels. And then I'm going to say 24 hour volume area high, POC, and volume area low. And then I'll do morning, and I'm just going to copy and paste the 3 different options: volume area high, POC, and VAL. And then all I have to do is copy the numbers and kind of just drop them into there. So we'll head back to trade view, click on our line that we want. So we'll do the volume area high first, click on settings, and go to coordinates. And I'm just going to copy that and then paste it into the GPT. And we'll do that all 3 lines. Now once we got that done, now we gotta close our lines out. Oops, I just deleted that by accident. We'll just turn them off over here, turn on our warning ones. And then we'll do the same thing with these. So grab the coordinates, head to our GPT, and then just drop them in there. Alright, so we got all of our different levels on there. The last thing that we're going to go ahead and do is get that 30-minute, and then we should be good. So we'll type 30-minute candle. Whoops. I'm just going to go ahead and type it in anyway. So I'll do high, and then low. And I'm probably going to type in 30-minute candle again just in case. And we're going to go to the 30 on trade view, and we'll grab the 7:30 candle. So the high is going to be 114,492. Or 492, and then let's keep it the same number, 492. And then the low is going to be 113,451. And send that in. Alright, so now we basically have 2 market recaps because I sent it in a little later by accident, but it's alright. So you've never seen one of these before. You got the different time frames with a little breakdown on each one of them. You got some different key levels, the trade strategies you could use for today, our news events essentially, and then some execution things to like watch out for. And then if you did upload it, you'll get the weekly zone reference there, and then some different levels that you can copy and throw on your chart. So for the regular market summary, we're going to the 4-hour first. So we'll head to trade view, go to 4-hour. It's saying we got to pull back from the 114.5K wick cluster. The MACD momentum's fading and RSI is rolling down. So essentially, we're looking at more of a down run here. We're starting to see that slow or fast moving average on the RSI break through the slower one. We just broke the 200, so we still got 2 hours, 3 hours almost left. So, and long as it could really go either way. Like if we hold it there, then that'll be fine. If we don't, then that'll be kind of something to watch for, I guess. Watching to see if this 200 can hold or not. But if we do break down, we're looking at possible more breakdown. We are probably getting our close me low, the 15-minute here in a couple seconds. So that'll be our down trade for the day technically. Especially if we get that retest right here of the volume area low on the 5, we'll be looking for that down trade. But yeah, for the 4 hour, that's what we're kind of looking at. More of a bearish outlook for so far. That 200, that 21 is coming up though, so you're making a nice flag pattern here. Question is that really going to be enough to hold it? Because MACD is looking down, so is RSI. Spirit Maker's saying, are we going to break down from yesterday's key support levels 113,500 and 112,500? It's looking like it. I would say, especially if we break some of those levels, get going down. So we just broke the 21 of the 1 hour as well. For 1 hour, the Battle Box is saying consolidation is failing under 114K. MACD is red and RSI is below 55. So we got MACD showing downwards momentum. We got RSI is curling downwards. We just broke this midline, and then you got the stoaches down at the bottom here, which is technically bullish, but like we always say on here, the stoaches are not super accurate whenever it comes to the longer time frames here. So go on to the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, Spearmaker saying Spearmaker and Terry both saying that the breakout is looking pretty strong, especially with the lower time frames. Yeah, well, even with the higher ones, like that 4 hours, not looking that great. But if they are looking good with the lower time frames, that means we might be getting it soon, which would be great for us because it means we could take that trade. Woohoo! So 15-minute, the battle box is saying we got a flush rejection, breakdown pressure. So that's for sure, I guess. I got just broke that volume area low again. That's the main thing I'd be looking at. We got that close below our volume area low. We got MACD crossed down. We got 2 candles on there. If you were here yesterday, and you know, I said we got like 8 candles based typically on the MACD down, or 8. Well, I guess yeah, 8 candles, but 8 of these red candles down until it starts to flip. Typically, not always, but it's just typically because you could see here we got 2 greens and then flipped, or like back here. But whenever you get a decent run with some volume, you'll get about 8 candles before it flips the other way. RSI is down in the oversold area, but it's just getting there, so you could see a nice curl over and head down. Stoaches are bottoming out, so could see a possible flip here for at least a little pullback, which would be what we're looking at, what we want for that retest of the volume area low. And then we'll head to the 5-minute. So on the 5-minute, got the value box is saying execution time frame is confirming downside attempts below stacked EMAs. So we got these stacked EMAs right above us. Well, they were stacked. The 21 just crossed the 200 right there. So it's not technically stacked anymore, as well as the 50, I believe, just crossed down too. So we're looking more and more bearish. We kind of were stacked here, and then we start to break down. So obviously the lines are going to kind of follow the price action there down. We're getting that pullback right now too. Again, we got the MACD on the 5-minute is curling downwards. You got RSI curling downwards, breaking into that oversold zone right now, but still having a nice curve downwards. And we got stoaches looking ready to recoil back up on the 5-minute. So looking like we get that possible retest right here. That'll be good for us. Spearmaker is saying 112,500 looks like the next target. That is 4-hour 21 year. Yeah, that'll be a good target, something to look for. Let's kind of build that trade out. So I'm going to actually use the battle box for this. So we'll go ahead and let's make a battle plan. And we'll get that started. That'll basically kind of tell us the levels and different things for today and what to watch for. So first up, we got that long, which is not what we're looking at today. I would essentially what this is looking at is saying if we break that volume area high, retest, and then we're looking for the upside. Not something I would be super interested in. Pretty similar targets to yesterday: 14,700, 14,800. And then that 15,500 ish area, which is the exact targets that we were looking at yesterday, or the upper two targets we were looking at yesterday. The next thing is that short scenario. So for the short scenario, we're looking for that breakdown of the morning volume area low, which is our about 13,500, which is a big level that Ceramico was talking about. And I think I just got that 5-minute retest and I wasn't paying attention. Dang, I think that was it. But we could get some more. We'll see. We get strong confirmation, close below that 113,500 level, which we already did. Then we'll be looking for that retest. That's when you get in. The targets that it is looking at is target number 1. So numero uno. We're looking at 13,200. And I'm going to mark them right here. So 13,200 is our first target. Our second target is a 4-hour support shelf at 112,570, which basically 500, 112,500, or yeah, 112,500. So that's basically the level that Spearmaker is talking about. So that 112,500 is our, it's right below our 15, oh, dang it. It's right below our 15,200, but it's also right on our 4-hour 21. So we'll throw that on there, and then our extended target is going to be 111,600 area. So some pretty nice little trades here, and it looks like we're actually setting up pretty nicely here. So get a possible down trade here. Got our stop below above the volume area high. Throw our target at the second target. First target is a bad place, I guess, but it's just, I think it's going to go a little farther than that. Definitely somewhere to watch out for if we do start breaking down, but not somewhere I'm going to be 100% targeting. So that's what we're kind of looking at, something like that. Trade there. What are y'all thinking about the trade? You like that trade? Rootmaker is saying weekly POC is at 111.50. So that's like right under that third target that we have for that trade that we were just looking at. So we're looking for that Kind of exciting right now. We got that trade getting ready, setting up. Sorry, there's the trade that we were looking at. I was getting a little distracted. Forgot to switch the screens. But basically, that's the trade we're looking at. So you got the levels at 113.2, 12.5, and 11.5 essentially. And we're getting that back test for the entry. So we'll throw our paper trade on there. That's what we're looking at right now. And paper trade, we're looking at a target of about 112.5 and a stop just above our volume area high at about 114,300 ish. So we're looking good. It's looking like a good time to get in right there. That is basically the battle box in and of itself right there. That's what we're looking at, kind of getting into. Surveyors agreeing it's back testing for the entry. BTC doesn't like the news. Yeah, so that I don't know what it was about that news, but nobody liked that news apparently. So that is hopefully you weren't trading the news upwards, I guess. Yeah, we're kind of looking at that short. That's kind of what we're looking at for today. Um, some areas to watch out for. We kind of already went over those. They're just different targets that we have on there. Um, yeah, really. That's kind of what we're looking for. Hot CPI, bearish for risk assets. Caskets. Or like Bitcoin, you're saying? Yeah, we are. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. We're looking like we're getting ready to drop down. Gotta see what happens for it now. The one thing I guess to say too is if we do, and the battle box is saying this too, if we get that reclaim of the morning POC, then that's kind of where you want to get out. Shoemaker is saying that jobless claims worse labor. Yep. Hmm. Yes, it's good for us though. Maybe not good for everybody, but when you're trading, bad news is good news, right? Means it's gonna help us out. And it's saying signs of slowdown. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what we're watching for today. Just sitting around, if we're looking for that down trade, like I said, if it breaks above that POC, then that's when we're looking to get out. Other than that, just kind of sitting and waiting here. Next week could be the week for BTC. We're coming up a little bit, looking like might possibly We are watching for that. If we get that close above the POC, that it's time to just get out. We'll just cut our losses and say, well, it was fun while it lasted. Looking to hold this past that. And if it sets up again, that's when. Excuse me. That's when we'll get back in if it does set up again. But breaks that POC, holds it, boom, out. Not looking to hold it any longer than that. And we could even do this. So, like, head to this, and we'll get a screenshot actually of this trade here. Send it to our GPT and see what it says. See, I just took this trade. It set up for the bearish scenario. Looks like we still have some volatility coming in because we are breaking up, breaking down all crazy like. Just saying there's rate cuts next week. That's what he's talking about. 5 minutes starting to look more like resistance, the 21 and the 200. Yep. Yeah, that POC should be a pretty strong line, honestly. So we'll kind of watch it, but that's what we're looking for. Basically, what it says is we got our entry zone good. Got the different targets there. Bias alignment, you're good. Trading direction, the FPP imbalance. The flush candle you caught shows momentum expanding on breakdown, supports your entry. Risk. So the NY session is still in play. The managed parcels early. Yeah. So be careful basically because there's other news events, which I'm not super worried about those because it's the, I don't like, I'm not worried about that. Volume with backtesting, that's a good thing. Shows the bulls and bears battling it out. So if price reclaims the POC, consider scaling down risk. If 13,262 is hit quickly, partially out, move stop to entry and let runners test. 13,260. If volatility stalls above 13,450 and 13,500 for multiple 15-minute closes, beware bear trap and reduce size. So yeah, overall, it's saying this trade's looking at pretty decent. We're getting close to that POC, but we do have some strong resistance there, especially on the 5. You can see we got most of the moving averages sitting right there. 7 minutes pretty similar, but not that. I guess we use that with the battle box. You got the 21 on the 15 sitting right there as well. 21 on the hour is pretty close to that. I mean, there's a lot of different resistances kind of just building up right there. We do need to break that 4-hour 200, I guess, which that's the kind of one big thing that's right below us. But yeah, I mean, we're looking pretty decent on this trade so far. That's looking like a nice setup here. Again, we are not financial advisors, so if you're looking for financial advice, you'll need to go to a real financial advisor, but I need to make sure you do your own research and stuff before buying anything. But overall, for educational purposes only, this trade is looking pretty nice. yeah, let's kind of sit here and watch this trade. We'll get those levels posted on our X account if you want to check those out. We got the uh, daily recap coming out at 10 o'clock today, so if you want to check out that, make sure you check out that. Yeah, that's really it. Hope you all have a wonderful Thursday, and um, make sure you are watching this trade as it plays out through the day. We'll most likely be covering this in our recap for tomorrow. So if you want to check back in with us tomorrow, we'll kind of talk through what happened on this trade. Even if you weren't paying attention to it, you'll get to know. But yeah, other than that, happy trading, and we will catch y'all next week on Tuesday at 8 o'clock for the live stream. See y'all then.